right, we have decided to come camping for the weekend. So we're gonna eat some breakfast, and then we're gonna give you a tour of Rock Creek Campground in Erwin, Tennessee.
And we're gonna ride bikes.
And we're gonna ride bikes, and we're gonna go kayaking, and we're gonna hike. Ooh, okay. It's looking good. This is gonna be a good breakfast. No. Oh my gosh,
do an 8, do an 8. Come on, Dad, do you have one? Yes, 9.
Here is a layout of the campground. We are in Loop A, Site 5 right here. And then you can take the trail down to the pool and the playground and day use area. You've got Loop B, which we will explore later, and Loop C at the top that I have not seen. Here's the trails and the creek that it runs along. So it's a pretty great little campground. Unfortunately, there is no fishing in this pond. I don't know if that's all year round or just right now, because it is absolutely loaded with trout. It does talk about people swimming here. Maybe a different time of year because it looks a little dirty. It also looks a little low right now. But hopefully you can see
all the fishes?
how many fish there are. It is absolutely killing Jackson to not be able to come out here and fish. But this pond area is pretty cool.
But
It's got benches all around it, and it's fed naturally by a creek up by the bridge. We'll go check that out next. Yeah, it's a little amphitheater. A lot of campgrounds have that. Oh look, there's another trail right there.
Should we go up it?
We can go check it out.
No, I want to go to the park
Yeah, that's
first.
pretty cool. It's got its own fire pit and everything.
I want to go to the park first and then come back.
Okay, we'll go to the park. Let's continue around and go across the bridge, okay? So it's pretty cool. The creek itself does not flow that much, but there's this pipe feeding the pond, and we followed it up the creek, and it probably goes at least 500 feet up the creek, and it builds up all this pressure and comes down here and feeds the pond. You can see it going up the creek there, and then you can see around it, the creek itself actually doesn't flow very heavy. They also offer a huge group site right past that gate right there. We may walk down there and check it out. It doesn't look like anybody's staying there, and I kind of want to see how big it is. It's one of my favorite things about coming here. Wow, look how pretty this is.
I don't think this leads to the park, but...
Well, we're going to find out. Yeah, so this little trail that we found leads right to the park. There's some other great day use areas right next to the park, right along the creek, with a very easy, very well maintained path that leads right up to the pond.
Good, perfect.
Okay, Jackson, you have to jump past
Hang on.
right here.
First.
Okay, I'm not doing that.
Jump. Ready, Dad?
Nope, not yet. Okay, let's see if you can beat it.
I made it!
Jackson made it. Juliet, can you? Oh, okay, I'm gonna make it further this time. You almost made it. Woo!
I made it! Oh my gosh, she's so fast!
All right, so this is pretty cool. We did come past the gate. It just comes down to this big cul-de-sac down here. And there is 6 or 7 picnic tables spread out all over the place. Each one of them has their own grill, all kinds of parking. So if you had a big group, you wanted to come down here for the day, this is pretty cool. It's nice down here.
As far as going. Okay,
Okay, so we're about to. Okay, so we're back at the campsite, and now we're waiting for Mom to get here.
All right, we have the kids' kayaks loaded up and we're gonna go try them out at the pond.
Going down, Dad.
You ready?
Yeah.
Hold on to something. You made it again.
She's weird.
Well, that pretty much wraps up our second night here. Kids and I are just gonna hang out by the fire. Tomorrow, I want to take you on a tour of all the other loops here and what the sites look like. And I also want to take you on the full bike trail. That thing is awesome. We walked all the way up to the top and the kids rode the full bike trail through the campground. It's very cool. So good night and we will see you tomorrow. All right, good morning. Everybody slept pretty good last night.
Yeah.
We got some food going. Ooh, getting close. Jackson, what are you working on?
Oh, my eyebrow.
Another stick. What he's actually working on is getting some bacon going for us. Looks like that's about done. Are you gonna make the eggs? Breakfast was delicious. We are almost completely packed up. We're gonna get this completed and then we are gonna go on one final walk through all the loops, down the bike path and back to the park for a little bit before we head home. All right, so we're gonna walk around loop A first. This is sites 1 through 10, I believe. And the first person you'll see is your camp host on the left. Got a pretty cool setup, very nice people. I think each loop has a couple of group sites. This is the double site in loop A, site number 6. Sites number 9 and 10 down at the end here. And I do like that there's these little paths in between each loop that connect to all the bathrooms. So yeah, then you come around the bathrooms and it connects you right into loop B. Sites 11, 12, and 13 in loop B are pretty close together. Yeah, here's site 17. That is the double site for loop B.
That's a big one.
Site 18 across the way, and then just 19 and 20 up the road. And then again, another path between the loops, and it connects you to the bathroom in between. And this path pops you out right at the beginning of loop C, starting at site 25. Site 29, we're coming to the end of loop C. And then when you pop out at the end of this loop, there is the tent camping area that is for walk-ins only. No reservations, you just show up. Pretty cool. Still has picnic tables, fire pits, little covered area to sit around and set your stuff up. Pretty nice. So if you start on the bike trail from the bottom side, it leads you all the way up to the actual trailheads of where you can hike to from here. All right, let's go down the bike trail. The kids did the bike trail yesterday, all the way from the top here. Whoa, careful. Don't forget you're off-roading. It's a pretty good distance. Follows this creek all the way down. I would say it's probably about a quarter of a mile. But there's some, you know, rugged terrain for the kids to ride over on their bikes, so they're having a good time on it.
I wonder if there are any fishes in here.
I don't know. See any?
No. Ow! This is cool. What? I mean,
Pretty. Look at this rock face. Look up.
ooh,
Awesome.
does it feel good, Jackson?
Yeah, it's really nice.
Oh, that feels really good.
All right, the pipe that I showed you earlier that feeds the pond starts right here, this little dam. It's got this grate right here that fills and feeds right into that pipe. And goes to the pond. Yeah, there's some little fish trapped in here too. And then here we are. The other end of the bike trail is right at the beginning of Loop A. Well, that about wraps it up for us. The kids are riding down to the park and I'm gonna go get the car. I'm gonna meet them down there and let them run around for about 10 minutes. It's less than an hour to get home from here for us. It's really not a bad drive. I hope the little tour I gave you of this campground was a good one. I hope it helps you if you plan to stay here. We had a great experience and we will definitely be back.